Hey guys, it's Miss Mook 1979. And I'm coming to you today with my 5 month / week 22 post-op band to sleeve revision. Today is June 13th, 2012. Here are the numbers. I have lost 1.4 pounds since last week, 56.0 pounds since surgery, and 115.4 pounds from my highest weights. Yes, very excited, very happy about that. I have also lost a total of 37.5 inches since I started doing my measurements and stuff as of January. So that was really really good when I saw that. I do my measurements monthly, and I take monthly pictures on the 11th, which is the day I had surgery. So I've lost like maybe anywhere between 7 to 12 inches almost a month. Then I started losing like 5.5. Then this month about 3 or so. So that I'm happy about it. Also, I am in a 16 pants, but more so going into a 14. I haven't really transitioned yet into the 14s, so I think I'm gonna just stay 16 for a little while. My fiance messing with me in the background. And I told y'all about my engagement ring or whatever. Don't tell anybody. Y'all the only ones that know. But she bought me another ring in Vegas. So yeah, my 5th ring. But I have another ring. But I told y'all before, like, this keeps sliding off. Like, I have like the little guard on it and everything. I'm tightened it as much as I could, and it's still slipping. So I'm guessing like I'm anywhere around maybe an 8.5 now. So because I can't really fit the 9.5, and then I pulled it out some to almost like a 9, and yeah, it's a lot. Um, excuse me, I'm just getting over a nasty cold. I received a lot of inboxes from a lot of girls on Facebook, and I think a few on YouTube, asking me about my differences between the bands and the sleeve, and also about my experience in Mexico. So I'm gonna tell you. I experienced a lot of backport band back pain, shoulder pain, port pain, and band pain when I had the lap band. And I had a lot of stuck episodes. I just, I couldn't deal with it after too long. So I got up and just went to Mexico and had the revision surgery. So I had a lot going on. Plus I was gaining a lot of my weight back. For those of you that don't, know my story a little bit. So I was experiencing a lot of that, and I was able to hold my food down because it's kind of hard for me to vomit. It's really, really hard for me to actually vomit or whatever. But I had a hard time like getting my food down. And it was just a lot going on. And then when it got down, it was a lot. A lot. So I experienced a lot of pain in a lot of the different areas, and I had a lot of stuck episodes where stuff would get stuck and just sit there. I hated that pain. I hated that pain. Also, I noticed that with me losing the weight, like a lot of the weight that I had lost 55 pounds with the band, but I lost damn near all of that before my surgery. Before my surgery. So once I had surgery, I lost probably like at the most 10 pounds. And that was really it. That was it. And then I just went up and down, and that was it. What else? The difference is, like I said, I don't experience a lot of the stuck episodes with the sleeve, but like I did with the band, I don't experience it a lot with the sleeve, because my area is more open. Everything can just slide right through. or go right through it, whatever. Now if I eat like something really really thick that I just stuffed in my mouth and didn't chew, then yeah, it would get stuck just quite naturally, like it would get stuck with anybody who didn't have surgery. So even when I chewed it to either applesauce consistency or chewed it to my, whatever you want to call it, my standards or whatever, um I didn't experience any stuck episodes or anything. Now, as I explain to a lot of people when I'm eating, if I'm eating something and I get full, that's because I ate enough that my stomach can hold. That's just like people who don't have surgery. If, like, before any of us had surgery, when we ate, let's just say we ate like maybe a hoagie and some chips and a slice of pizza, whatever, we got full. That's what it feels like with the sleeve. You just get full a little bit quicker. I'm not able to eat a whole hoagie and two slices of pizza and chips and a soda and all that. I'm not able to have all of that. The one good thing I can say that I am following to a T is my eating, then drinking, eating, eat, drink, or whatever. I do space out. Like if I have, like when I come in the morning at work, I'll have my yogurt or my fruit or eggs, breakfast. Maybe then that's around 8 o'clock. Maybe around 10, I will have some tea, anywhere between 6 to 20 ounces of tea. And I try to get all that in before 11 o'clock, or at least 11:15, because I eat lunch at 12. If I'm still full from the tea, then I won't eat until 12:30, close to 1 o'clock at work, and then I'll have, whatever I either had for dinner the night before, or you know, whatever kind of stuff that I have. I'll make some tuna salad or chicken salad, or I'll make a sandwich on a little wrap. I'm not a bread eater. I'll make, like, I'll get the wraps and I'll put like a piece of cheese and some turkey on it with the light mayo. I'll have that. And that probably takes me like 2 hours to eat. Like, if you fold it up like in a half moon size, yeah, it takes me almost 2 hours to eat that sometimes. So it all depends on what's going on with the day. And then I might have a snack. Now, my snacking has gotten a little out of hand. Not too out of hand. I've been snacking on goldfish, Lay's chips, the Lay's Pringles that comes in a can, the Lay's. They look like the Pringles, but they Lay's in a can. What else am I snacking on? Twix. So my snacking is not that great, at all, because I'm sure I could be snacking on something a little bit more healthier. Like my coworker, she'll give me some like fruit bars that she has, and I still have some of my Special K fruit bars and stuff. Um, so that's pretty much that right there. As far as going to Mexico, my fiance went with me because she didn't want me to go by myself, and neither did my family. So that was a big thing. So they went, she went with me. And we both felt completely safe. Completely safe. My doctor was Dr. Garcia, in Tijuana, Mexico, at the Me Doctor Hospital. I forget what it's called. But we totally enjoyed ourselves. It was like we was almost on like a mini vacation, really. We totally enjoyed ourselves. I really do recommend going to them. They gave me all of my medicines. They gave me so much water. Like if you go back to my previous videos that I show you with the pictures, and not only just the pictures, but the video and pictures that I did of my time in Mexico and everything, you'll see all of that stuff. All of it. All of it. All of it. We was in a casino gambling. So we had a ball. And we also just came back from Vegas. I know everybody was asking me about Vegas. Vegas was wonderful. The we had free food, free shows. We went to about 10, 11, 12 casinos. We was all over the strip. We was there from Sunday to Friday. So we found a deal online, and they emailed me, and they told me I can get $99 for 2 nights for 2 people soon. So we might be going back. So Only thing that I'm kind of struggling a little bit with, I had just recently called the people in Mexico because I told them I needed the diner's card, because when we were in Vegas, we stopped at the BB King restaurant and they told us that if on the menu it tells you that if you share a plate, it's a $5 fee. And what me and her were doing is that, like, we had got a free buffet, and even though I can't eat at the buffet, we went and we sat there for probably about almost 2 hours because I had ate like this much food at the buffet. It was like, it's buffets are a complete waste, a complete waste. But like I said, it was free, so we went. And no, that was the breakfast buffet. We had a little bit. I had, a little bit. It was really cheap because we had coupons and stuff. Then another buffet we had. Well, wait, let me get back to the BB King thing. Like I said, they was trying to charge me $5 for sharing a plate fee. So we just got up and left, because what we were doing in Vegas was we would order really, really, like, I would order appetizer like stuff and she would order her meal, or either we would order like one meal and then eat off. I would take the teeny bit off of that plate and eat that little bit. Like, we went to one restaurant and they gave us the pasta. We asked them ahead of time. Once we left the BB King restaurant, we asked them ahead of time, can we share a plate? And they was like, yeah, fine. They even brought me out an extra plate, which was beautiful. So we got the chicken Alfredo with shrimp. And oh my God, it was delicious. I think it was called the California Pizza Kitchen is what it was called, inside of the Mirage. Don't hold me to that. But that dish was to die for. It was a little pricey. It was $20 for the entire meal. But when we pretty much had my little bit and she ate hers, it was still some left over, and we just tossed it because it was it was worth it. It was good. Also, we got free meals. We got a free meal at another buffet inside of the Excalibur buffet. They gave us a free buffet. And we went there, and you'll see in my Vegas pictures, like, I'll have a taco. You'll see a taco, and she has like nachos with all this stuff on it, whatever. Before that plate, I had ribs, I think shrimp, and couple other things or whatever, and I ate like a piece of everything, like a little piece of everything, like one shrimp, and then I would have like a little bite of the rib, and then I had some other stuff. I can't even remember all of what I had on my plate, but I ate like teeny bits of everything, and I was pretty much full. So when I got to that taco that you'll see on my Vegas pictures and stuff, I took one bite of that taco because we sit at the buffet because we had so much time to waste. We didn't care how long we sat there. So, like, by the time I ate the taco, I only took one bite and was done. To the point where, as though I was mad at the fact that I could not drink anything. I'm so used to drinking. Like, even after 5 months, I'm used to drinking with my meals. But since I've had surgery, I don't even bring it to the table. I don't bring it to the table at all. Because I don't want to be tempted to drink and eat at all. So when people come up, they'll ask, oh, what would you like to drink? And I'll just say nothing. They'll just bring me water. Because they'll probably, I guess they figure, you don't want to pay for the drink or something like that. That's what they all do. A lot of them just bring me water. So I'll just leave the water off to the side because I'm not that, I'll drink water when I really want it. And also, we went to IHOP here in Philly when we came back, like a few days later, and I sat down and the lady, we told her we only wanted the one plate of food, which came with like an omelet and all this extra stuff plus pancakes. It was like you can eat. It was like 2 meals in one, damn near. And I told my fiance, I'll just take a piece of her pancake and then a little bit of her egg and then one of her pieces of bacon and I'll be done. So the waitress came up and she was just like, well, I can't. You have to order, 2 platters or whatever the case may be. When it's 2 people. I don't know. I was trying to order off of the kids menu. She told me I couldn't order off of the kids menu because I wanted to get it's 2 pieces of bacon, I think it was, and 2 pieces of French toast, which is really 1 piece of French toast, but it's cut in half in the triangle. So that's what I wanted to order. She told me I couldn't order off of the children's menu. I hate telling people about my surgery. If I want to order something specific, my ass is paying for it. Give me what the hell I want, what I want to order. So I said, well, can you just call the manager over? Because I just did not feel like eating pancakes at the time, because I'm not a big pancake eater, so I didn't want pancakes like my fiance had. I wanted French toast. So she took and, she went and got the manager, and I told him, I said, look, I said, I just had surgery, a couple months ago, and I'm not able to eat that much, and I wanted to know if I can order off of the, kids menu. He told me yes, and everything was fine. But I feel as though I should not have to sit and explain to you, even with or without my diners card, oh, I had surgery, I can't eat that much. Just bring me my shit. That's what I asked for. I'm paying for it. Just bring me what I asked for. And that's just, how I feel about things. I got a little agitated. So my fiance was like, baby, calm down. I'm just like, it was already crowded and it was like irking. But, at the end, I showed my picture to her and him on my phone. I said, I just wanted y'all to know that I wasn't just trying to get something cheap off the menu, because I get tired of going to restaurants and ordering stuff and then having a whole bunch of it left over, and it's taking me 2 and 3 more days to eat the stuff. I get tired of taking stuff home. I do. I get tired of taking stuff home. I want to eat whatever little bit of stuff I can have right here. If I have a little bit left over, I'll toss it. That's it. But I don't want to order a huge, large ass platter and then, it was just crazy. But I'm already at 16 minutes and I don't even know if this is going to load. But it's crazy. I want to say congratulations to all of you who have just recently joined the Losers Bench. I am still watching a lot of your YouTube videos. I'm a week or so behind, probably 2 weeks behind, but I'm watching. Hopefully you're still watching your girl. But I want to get off of here. I want to say thank you to all my new subscribers. Thank you to all my old subscribers. Thank you to everybody who watches me and comments. Thank you to everybody who, comments even on my Facebook page and stuff. So I'm going to get off of here. Everybody have a beautiful, blessed day. Don't forget, if you still need to ask me any questions, feel free to inbox me here or on Facebook under Sharice Miss Mook. Band to VSG is what I'm under on Facebook. Everybody have a beautiful day. Love you. Bye.